What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and I've got the brand new Zephyr reel from KastKing, or also known as the BFS or Bait Finesse system. And I'm going to put it to work today out here in the sticks. Now, this is a reel that kind of got its start off of the whole bait finessing systems of really light line into heavily pressured areas on very light rods. Like, we're talking super small spool that is shown on these rods or these reels for like 4-pound test, 6-pound, 8-pound max, like very light line. So you know, you don't need a big spool for that much line. If you were gonna have a full-size spool and fill it up, sorry, birds are getting crazy this morning, but if you were to have a full-size spool and you were to try to fill it up with 4-pound test, you'd need like a 1,000-yard spool or 500-yard spool of line to fill that thing. So they went with a really small spool, but being the fact that it's so small and everything's so lightweight, you can slingshot light line with very small micro lures far with this stuff. Well, that's not quite what I do. So how am I and a lot of other guys going to use a Zephyr or Bait Finesse system? Well, with that small spool, a lot of those guys are going to do a lot of flipping. And I love to do a lot of flipping, and you know, most of your flipping is from here to there, or from here to there. We're not slinging 75 feet or 75 yards of spool out there, or of line out there. So I'm going to spool it up with some 30-pound braid, which I don't fish a lot with, and I'm going to sling it out 15-20 feet, see if I can't put a fish in the boat using this new Zephyr reel from KastKing. So far I'm kind of liking this Zephyr. You know, I'm kind of skeptical with that really small spool, like, oh man, I don't know if I can get enough line on there. But like I said, you know, I'm not casting for a mile, I'm flipping, and actually, you know, I can get up there pretty far, actually looped over that limb, but you can see where I'm at. You know, I mean, that's still a lot of line on there, ton of line on there for, you know, a lot of my flipping. Like I said, my flipping is maybe 20-30 feet out at the most, 30-pound braid on here, and I still got quite a bit of line on the spool in case I have a fish grab it and try to run. But you know how it is with flipping, you set that hook and you're instantly dragging him right back to the boat. So I tell you what, kind of liking it so far. So let's see if we can bag one in. Let's see how it does. It's not very big.
Hey AJ, what bait you using?
Well, I'll tell you about the rod and reel I'm using. Little bandito bug. Had to swallow my pride and use that bandito bug, but I ripped him in with the new Zephyr on a Speed Demon Pro. Yeah, doggy. Please settle down, buddy, settle down. Woo! About to lose him, boy. He choked it. Look at that. He got down in there and choked that. Alright, let's get it here. Yeah, he dang near swallowed that. Woo! Look at that, baby. That Zephyr, man, I'm really starting to think that might be my new flipping tool right here. Super easy to cast, super flickable. I got to get him taken care of as fast as I can. Well, he ain't a monster. Tell you what, I've been out here flipping all day. Got my buddy out here with me, and he seems to be whooping me pretty hard on the flipping bite today. But you know what? We're in and out of here. I lost a couple fish this morning. Lost them in the trees. But in reality, man, the Zephyr is such a neat little reel for flipping. The wind's picking up. We're about to call it a day here. But you know, you don't need a whole lot of line. It slings very easily. It spools really nicely. So for flipping into these little pockets, these little spots, these little areas, you know, I'm running 30-pound Mega 8 on the spool, and I'm throwing out there pretty far. I'm easily navigating into these spots. And tell you what, that Zephyr, man, it's doing good. You know, that 10-pound drag, you know, you kind of worry about it because it's more or less for finesse fishing, but that's exactly what we're doing, is kind of finessing. But it still has pretty good power to winch a fish up out of structure and over things. I just literally yanked him up over the trees and brought him over to where I could get him. but tore up my crawl pretty good. But so far I like the Zephyr. I think for a finesse reel, it definitely serves double duty as a pretty cool little flipping kind of setup. It's a 6+1 stainless steel ball bearing. You've got 10-pound carbon fiber drag. It's just so super light. That spool is ultra light. You can flip in there easy. I'm liking it. I'm gonna get another craw tied on and see if I can't put a couple more in before we call it, before this wind blows us off. Well, final thoughts. You know, I've been out here today. A buddy of mine came out. He wanted to get a little bit more time on flipping, and I thought, what better time to put the Zephyr to the test. And you know, this is definitely a pretty neat reel. Super high speed as far as the way it casts. Like, I mean, it just casts so butterly smooth and fast. It's very flickable, very light. I mean, it's super light. This makes for a combo out flipping all day, doing kind of that high forearm, you know, flip. It really takes a lot of the strain out of your arms and your shoulders, and that's one thing that's really nice. You know, paired with a Speed Demon Pro rod that's super light, you put one of the lightest reels we've ever made on it. It's fantastic. Like I said, it doesn't hold a whole lot of line. When we're talking, I've got 30-pound Mega 8 on here, but it held enough, just enough for me to do quite a few long casts, you know, flipping style. But you know, I caught quite a few fish today, and it kind of did the trick pretty well. I'm really impressed with it, really happy. I might have to just really start putting a couple more on the boat. But you know, if you look at it, man, it looks beautiful on that the Speed Demon Pro. It works great. 6+1 stainless steel ball bearings, 10-pound carbon fiber drag, quadruple drag. It's just EVA grips, aluminum handle, 7:2:1 gear ratio, and then of course Roman numerals on your brakes. It's pretty fun, pretty nice bait caster. I like it. Let's go ahead and let these fish go. Let's get back in for some dinner. Guys, my name's AJ Gore. I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully, maybe even see you guys out on the water.